Max, speaking of roller coaster, let's talk Florida State. I don't like
I
this
don't
game
know
at
if this
all.
is a roller coaster. Roller
I
coasters go
don't
back
like this
up.
game.
Is it
This is
going
our
back
last
up?
game. This is our last game in the Big Four breakdown. Memphis at Florida State. Florida State is a 6.5-point favorite, last I saw. This game is at noon on ESPN. All these games really are early except for Virginia,
No,
Maryland.
early games.
And Memphis looks to be a pretty good team. They're 2-0. They just beat Troy. They're one of those teams, one of those in that group vying for that group of 5 playoff spot, at least super
Yeah.
early. We'll see. They have a very experienced veteran quarterback. They are coached by Ryan Silverfield, who is really good friends with Mike Norvell and was on Mike Norvell's staff at Memphis. So they're very tight. And Florida State has just frankly looked bad, Mac. I don't know what else to tell you about Florida State. Tell me your initial thoughts on this game.
It's a terrifying game.
You're scared to
Personally,
watch. I'm scared to watch.
the fact that it's at noon jacks it up 2 notches for me
I know.
minimum.
I hate it.
Hate it. And you've just been sitting around all week,
Yeah.
thinking about how bad you are.
Well, actually, Mac, you've been
Hopefully,
having water gun fights.
oh yeah, that was crazy that you showed me that. You think that
Any
guy's still
Florida
on,
State
like,
fan listening knows what I'm talking about.
yeah, does that guy like still have a job, or did they
That was
scrap
bad.
that? You think?
That was bad.
It's just weird. It was weird and embarrassing, especially without context, which I know the point of it was to be a distraction while you're trying to catch a punt. Do it anywhere else where a camera's not rolling, like anywhere else. Anyway, I'm just excited to see how these guys respond. I mean, they are in the really, really worst possible spot that we could have. I couldn't even imagine this from Florida State. What I expected, to see from them this year. Thought that offensive line and that defense was going to be sick. Thought they were going to be able to run the ball at will. Hasn't been the case. They have been bullied on both sides of the ball. Memphis is licking their chops saying, we can do that. We can get you running and try to push you out of the way. It's going to be really interesting to see just what is the game plan. Because I don't know the identity of Florida State, and they don't either. They don't have one. Who are we? What are we going to be? And this is close, like similar to NC State. The glass is lifted off the red button, and our hands are just like this, ready to push it at any moment. I mean, that's what we're doing. And I think this is almost a win at all costs type of thing of what gave us the best chance. You had a week, 2 weeks to prepare. You had a bye week where let's just go. I would have scrimmaged. I would have probably tackled and just find out who are we? What do we want? Can we throw the ball downfield consistently? What plays do we like? What do we want to run? And hey, offensive line, let's go. Go to work. Like, what are you doing? And so I don't know. It's going to be really interesting just to see, KG, who emerges in this game. What is Coach Atkins back yet, or is he still gone? Does he have one more game suspended? Do you know off the top of your head?
Good question. Good question. Let's see.
I can't remember. I think that's a big piece, just having his presence on the sideline. I mean, I know he's been able to coach and practice and do these type of things, but
he's out for the first 3 games, so he's not
still
back.
out of this one. So it's going to be really weird just to see, who do they want to be. And I think it's terrible that you lost, Lucas, who I thought was a really good, kind of weapon and someone I wanted to see more of. So I don't know. It's a really weird spot for FSU.
No, I think that is a big bummer for Florida State overall. A guy that, he had 3 catches on the year, but he was someone that you thought maybe could do something for you. I'm going to tell you this, Mac, and you and I both know. I'm going to welcome Florida State fans into the DJU experience because Mac and I have been there. So when times got rough, one thing Clemson did is they just doubled down and ran the ball. And I think that's what you have to do if you're Florida State. I think you have to pick your moments.
We had Will Shipley, though. I ain't no Will Shipley on that team.
I understand. Roydell Williams, Toafili, these guys have to step up. And you can run it with DJ. I think you need to run it more with DJ. And then you try to pick your moments where you can take a shot. But I think you have to line up and run the football. Yeah. I think that's what you have to do. And you have to say, we're bigger than Memphis. We should be able to dominate the lines of scrimmage. We'll see. This is, as we've said, a good group of 5 team. But you have to run the ball. You have to. And I think the biggest thing too, Mac, let's not pretend like all that's happened with Florida State is the offense's fault.
Oh,
The
no, yeah.
defense has not looked good.
It's
This is a defense that we were really excited about. Florida State, through 2 games, and they've played 2 Power 5 teams, or Power 4. Florida State is one of the worst rush defenses in the country, giving up an astonishing 226.5 rushing yards per game through 2 games. So, of course, Memphis is going to try to run the ball, but I think a lot of it comes down to lines of scrimmage. I think you have to be able to stop the run. And then if I'm Florida State, my game plan is very much around running the ball. You have to, Mac.
But maybe they can't, because that's what I thought was Jump Street. That's what I thought we would see. Yeah. I guess just force it. Like literally run it 40 times, which I said against Georgia Tech, but you didn't do it.
But also run DJ. Use him as a weapon. Use him as a weapon. That can open things up.
You can't do like counter. You can't do draws like power downhill. Like go. I can't wait for that locomotive to crank up. You got to hit it. You got to be an F-150 and just go. That's all you got to do, because you ain't no Ferrari for sure. But you know, the other interesting thing, which I am just so taken aback by, I was watching DJ highlights the other day from his freshman year.
I know.
It was so good. So
BC
good.
and Notre Dame games.
The confidence, the throws, the footwork. I mean, it is crazy. And I feel terrible, and I hope he can still find his way. But that dude was as talented as I've ever seen, you know, with what he could do with the football and the effortless throws. I mean, bombs. It was crazy. So we'll see. Who knows? I'm terrified for this game. What's the line? Let me see. I'm trying to find it.
Last that I've seen is Florida State is a 6.5 point favorite.
Give me Memphis.
This game is at home.
I'm taking Memphis. Give me Memphis.
I'm taking Memphis as well.
And
I just can't do it.
Feels terrible.
I can't. I
but
need
here's
to see
the deal.
it.
I think Memphis is going to win. Give me money line Memphis.
Yeah.
I hate this. I hate
it too.
I've got to see it. I have to be proven that, you know?
Right.
You know, because everything that you just said of what they have to do, they can't do it. They have not done it all year. But again, maybe this is a group of level team, and you should. But this is also a team that a lot of people have in their playoff. So what are we doing? I hate this. I hate that I even put this in the Big Four, that we have to talk about it this much. That was my mistake.
Well, we have to because it's a huge game. You and I both have so much respect for Mike Norvell. Yeah. And I think what he's done at Florida State so far, especially last season, is just an incredible coaching job to take them from where they were when he took over the program to ACC champions 13-0. This is maybe, no, I don't know. I'm not going to say it's a bigger task, because what he did was incredible. But he's had 2 weeks, a little less than 2 weeks. What can Mike Norvell do? Right. What can he scheme up for this offense? Because we've talked about him as an offensive mastermind. Yeah. What can he do for this team to help them win this game? Because I think really, truly, we always joke, like, taking it 1 week at a time. I think right now Florida State has to absolutely take it 1 week at a time. And so there's so much intrigue with this game. But to me, can Mike Norvell work a miracle? That's basically what we're asking. Can he work a miracle and have Florida State win this game? I'd be so impressed.
Think how personal this game is for him. He can't lose to Memphis. He cannot lose to Memphis. It's crazy.
And that's his guy, the head coach. That's his guy.
I got to see it, and I ain't seen it. So let's go Memphis. Are they the Tigers? Right. I see a tiger. Where are they? They're the Tigers, yeah. Let's go Tigers.
I'm not going to say let's go Memphis.
Rolls off the tongue. Rolls off the tongue well for me.
Yeah, sure. All right. We're both taking Memphis there.